guys, welcome to our last stream of the weekend, the Blue April 2018 finals, with the very best teams from the past month of April competing for the big prize pot. My name is Peter Hull, joined by Hacksaw. And Hacksaw, we've got quite a field to look at today.
Yeah, quite a few returning teams. Our first match for today was almost like going to be like a finals match. We're going to be seeing Dramas versus Old Glory. Old Glory have winning the past 3 weekly cups, or at least the 3 weekly cups leading up to this finals. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how this turns out.
Yes, it's always great to see the veteran teams returning and try to re-establish themselves, but we have no time to waste as we're going to jump straight into our first quarterfinal game. We will come back if we get the chance to go over the bracket in a little bit more detail, but for now, Rooftops is our destination, and we'll get in just a moment. Dramas will be playing over on the blue, Old Glory over on the red, and as we were saying, Old Glory, despite coming in as our number 8 seed to this tournament, I think are heavy favourites to take the whole thing.
All right, loading into the match right now. We will have Dramas on the blue side, Old Glory on the red side. Drama is going to be taking the approach of just rushing to the bottom right away. Meanwhile, we have Old Glory taking the exact opposite approach as you see their players approaching the top of the map.
So it's still to get that first kill through. I'm just going to do a quick bit of mic adjustment. Do let me know, guys, how our volume balancing is as we get back into things. Both teams give each other the benefit of the doubt and the distance to try and maneuver around and maybe look for that first flurry of kills to get it started with.
Yeah, both teams are taking a pretty conservative approach to this match. They don't really want to give either team the advantage. As you see, Old Glory is just trying to use grenades to at least disrupt the enemies from above, trying to use these small little hatches in the roof to maybe spot someone who slipped up just a bit. But we have also Dramas just holding their ground, just waiting for a move from Old Glory. So we might be at a standstill like this for a while.
It's honestly, it's the kind of thing you'd expect to see if one team or the other had a kill in hand that they want to sit back and let the other side come at them. But with 0 kills, I guess both sides are just waiting for that possibility to pick off someone, shoot them in the leg or the arm, and get themselves rolling.
Both teams still just trying to scout it out using those Evil Eye sniper perks to actually try to spot the enemy team. Looks like Cheetah almost saw someone there for just a brief moment. Someone almost peeked his head out enough for him to actually take the shot, but he was lucky enough not to actually go down there. Old Glory still going to be waiting, still getting a bit antsy, however.
Old Glory are in possession of the rooftop, pretty much exactly where they want to be, have great sight lines across all the approaches here. Very few avenues for Dramas to get in unless they can pick off a single kill. I'm sure the Mexican squad would be looking to try and take somebody off this rooftop, get the single point that Dramas need to force Old Glory to engage on Dramas' terms.
I feel like what's going to end up happening right here is if we wait too long, we might actually go into a point where both teams are going to be rushing at the final few moments of the game. And we're not really going to have too many kills in total. As you see, we haven't even seen one of the enemy teams spot each other just yet. Yes, they have spotted each other with the Evil Eye perk, but I don't think they have actually seen another player.
Certainly not enough to make the big commit in for the kill. Well, guys, this is the rarefied air. The environment of seeing the very best Modern Combat 5 teams going at one another. We never know quite what to expect, what approach the teams will take, and it looks like for the moment great minds might be thinking alike. Neither one wanting to take the risk. We've got a €500 prize pool on the line for whoever manages to take this whole tournament, and of course second place as well, Invictus as well. So high stakes competition do lead to a more cautious approach.
This is seeming to be more of a battle of will than a battle of skill, as these two teams are still just trying to bait each other out, still just waiting on the other one to make a move. And they both seem to have wills of steel right now. 4 minutes have passed, and no one has seen anyone else just yet. We do see the players getting antsy, starting to move around a bit more. But finally, the first kill coming out from Dramas, and that will put them in the lead.
So what can Dramas do with this? This is what we've been waiting for the entire way through, to have the deadlock broken. Old Glory are forced to respond, and how well can Dramas punish them?
Well, we do see Old Glory starting to group up on the bottom now. Grenades getting thrown, and these grenades will do pretty hefty damage, able to secure a nice double kill and take the lead for just a brief moment until Brian is able to pick up a double kill of his own with the sniper rifle. DMZ fights back.
Looking to get things mixed up with the Japanese squad in the close quarters. Works out pretty well for them so far, as Brian going to try and get a tail end kill. We're coming up to the last couple of minutes and we're dead even. Almost the same as what we started with. Well, it's going to turn it into a brutal knife fight up on the upper deck.
We see Brian still going 3-0, still can get some kill streaks for his team. Just trying to peek out. He knows there's two players up there, and he also knows his team is behind. He has to be quite careful as he does get taken out by Rai. Rusi going to be just patrolling the area, trying to find some more players, and it's not seeming to go too quickly now. We did see a trade of kills quite quickly earlier on, but it seems to have slowed down once again.
Well, Old Glory, with just that one kill advantage, is all they've been looking for since the very start of the game. Can retire to the luxury penthouse on top of the rooftops and await the inevitable counterattack from the Mexican team playing over on the blue, with only 1 minute and change left to now find 2 kills. It's going to be a tough ask for Dramas.
Drums just looking for a way to try to get back up to the top. They still have most of their players on the bottom, and since Old Glory has this advantage, I feel like they're probably going to try to just watch the exits, try to stop Dramas from getting up at all. And if they are able to hold onto that for the remaining 50 seconds of the game, they have a solid chance of winning game number 1 right here. Dramas starting to make their final pushes, trying to get up, trying to get as many kills as possible. And this is what I was talking about. Old Glory picking them off one by one.
Dramas forced to go right into the jaws of death. Ryan and Brian do manage to get a couple of kills through, but it's definitely desperation time now for Dramas. Does get the rush knife kill in, but you have to think Old Glory are exactly where they want to be right now, in possession of the high ground with a huge pad of extra points. Dramas think they have to take the knee for this one and think about how to change up their tactics for game number 2.
Yeah, Dramas did start off this game with that first blood, with the advantage. But the fact that we had these Old Glory players who actually saved their grenades, were able to actually get that double kill to actually give Old Glory the explosive start, really did benefit them and really did screw up Drama's plans.
Vargas going to be the Old Glory player outstanding from that last game. Let's take a look across and see. Yep, 7 and 3. Very impressive stuff, along with Rai performing well. But we've got at least one more game coming up between these two, the Titans of the tournament, going at it from the very first round. We will be starting our giveaways soon as well, so keep an eye on the screen for details of those. But for now, we will be right back with more Modern Combat 5. Alright guys, we are back once again. The Titans of MC5 go head to head. Dramas versus Old Glory. Construction site is our newest destination.
Old Glory winning that last round now has the advantage. If they are able to take out Dramas once more, they will be going up to the semifinals for today. Dramas putting everything on the line will be trying their best to stop that from happening. However, Old Glory is able to get the first blood of this game.
A very nice pickup. Whoever wins out here will go against the winner of Rost Family and Good Game playing in the adjacent quarterfinals. Of course, Mivel and Resident Evil, and Rainbow and Isaacs playing in the other parts of the bracket. We haven't had a chance to even go back and take a look over those. We might be able to do that once this is over and done with. But hopefully that'll be a long way off. So last time round, we saw a very measured approach to the beginning of the game. It looks like Old Glory are more than happy to take that on once again, considering how the game turned out.
Both teams kind of using a similar strategy to before. However, we are on a completely different map. It's a lot more open, and stuff like that can happen where Energy was able to just get that nice little pixel peek kill. Drama's tying up the score right there.
Of course, it is the cardinal rule of any sniper that once you've successfully sniped from one position, you must move, or the next bullet is going to be coming your way. See how adaptive both Dramas and Old Glory will be. Now it's one shot, one kill apiece.
Both teams still just playing pretty defensively. Old Glory, however, is trying to kind of like encircle Dramas right here. They have players on the balcony, on the catwalk. They have players inside the warehouse. And I feel like they're going to be trying to go around as we see Helios slowly start to push up from the side.
Did get spotted out, took a little bit of damage on the backside, but manages to get away. Yulia Vera, the giveaway, all the giveaways are applicable for all platforms, PC, Android, and iOS. So you can enter in on Twitch, Facebook, Mob Crush, or YouTube. Whichever platform you are playing on, you will be eligible to win. And you can even win on more than one platform. It's very much valid for Android, yes.
We do see Drama still playing quite defensively. No one's really wanting to make too much of a move, especially after Helios got shot. He kind of got scared. Doesn't really want to peek there anymore. He knows they're going to be paying attention to that location now. We haven't really seen too many grenades getting thrown until right there. Chio throwing some in, trying to do some damage. Doesn't look like it was able to get too much of an effect. And we do see Old Glory actually taking the lead once more.
Yes, so as we've established even up until this point, Old Glory are one of kind of the sleeper team that's set to do very well in this tournament. Coming in as our number 8 seed, but certainly with the prestige associated with the number 1 with all those recent victories. But don't count out Dramas as of yet. Dramas made it all the way to the finals of our last monthly finals, only losing out to Oak Tiny 3-2 in that best of 5. So Dramas familiar and comfortable with the high stakes competition.
Now, what I'm wondering about is, yes, we do see both teams playing back, playing defensively, but is that which team's playstyle is this actually, or do we have one team just trying to copy the other until they can get some kills? I feel like Dramas would be the one to be a bit more aggressive in trying to push in. They are able to tie up the score. However, the patience we've seen from them is quite astounding.
Yes, I do agree. It seems like, you know, if you're on the side of Dramas, you want to try and separate the second quarterfinal game as much as possible from the first, considering how Old Glory were able to maneuver themselves into an advantageous position, and then in the last couple of minutes really put the boot home to Dramas. We'll see what happens. 2.5 minutes left to play. Dead even between the two. At least this time round, the advantage not quite so stark. No rooftops, top of the rooftops for Old Glory to occupy, but they have got their fair share of high ground.
Both teams still playing quite defensively. Energy still going to be trying to use some pixel peeks to get some people off guard. However, no one really wants to push out just yet. I feel like it's going to be like the previous match where it was until the final few minutes that we finally saw some action coming.
All right, there's 2 minutes in this second quarterfinal game. You can see the tension rising as the players wait for the perfect moment to strike. We'll, of course, keep the map up so we can spot out those early movements. Brian is around to the side, much like Helios is as well, looking for any potential flank as the teams face off against each other. The open ground so dangerous. Helios making the move out there that could have ended up with Dramas in the lead.
Yeah, about a minute 30 left in the game. Helios actually is in quite a good spot. He could try to push forward right here, as we don't really have, we only have one person actually watching this flank. But if he is able to, if one of these two players is able to get a kill on each other, it will kind of shift the attention of their entire team to that location, and that could be the moment to strike.
Of course, with our advantage position, we can see some potential avenues of approach which may not have been considered. There's the far extreme that either team could go around on the left-hand side to lap around and get behind the opposing side, but it's such a high risk. If the other team is watching that avenue, then there are very few places to seek cover.
Both teams just being extremely patient, burning the clock. We do see one player almost go down, and he does get taken out by a grenade right there. That will give him a small advantage. With only 20 seconds left in this match, this could be the advantage they needed to actually get their second victory.
Well, Dramas need to make their move, and they need to make it right now. We can already see them moving en masse towards the left-hand side of the map. This is exactly what happened last time round. Old Glory are there to meet them, but Helios gets tagged and is going to go down, flying away, but no, gets the melee kill, and another one through. Old Glory do it again. They draw it to the last possible moment, and then they snatch victory away.
Quite an impressive, I don't know if I would call it impressive, but a very impressive strategy by the teams, as we saw them just waiting and baiting the other teams out. Old Glory could have easily lost that as well at the end, with Helios starting to overload, but Helios coming back right there, getting the kill and securing that knife. Looks like he also made one of the other players overload as well.
Yeah, really nice. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not the kind of dominating victory you'd see from a team who just kind of go out and just try and take as many kills as possible. But it's the play of a team that wants to win. And I'm sure that's what we're going to be seeing a lot more from Old Glory today. They are definitely going to be our favourites to come in and make a complete upturn of our what would otherwise have been our expectations, but we do have a lot of giveaways to get through today. So we're going to quickly jump on to Twitch and see about getting ourselves a Twitch giveaway winner. So with that in mind, our Twitch giveaway winner will be Silver Mint. Silver Mint, please post your dog tag and your platform. I'll put this out on the general chat just in case you haven't stayed watching on Twitch. But for now, we will be right back. Our next game coming up soon. Alright guys, because that first game between Dramas and Old Glory was so swift and decisive, we are going to do a little bit of time filling by having you guys show off your skills not only on stream, but against the God King himself, Hacksaw.
Yes, of course. You know, I'm obviously going to carry the blue side. So if you guys want to, all the good players, you know, join the blue side, feel free to get a free win right here. If you want to get in the lobby yourself, the key is going to be ESL123, or you can look for it in the global chat since it was also posted there as well. This is open for anyone on iOS to join up, so feel free to do so.
Yes, I've got my, well, I kind of feel like the moment has passed for a lot of my Spanish phrases, but come on, stand todos. How's everyone doing? Of course, appreciate our Spanish language viewers and fans. Hopefully at some point I'm going to learn some decent, or hopefully both of us will learn to provide some Spanish commentary for these streams, but we can only beg your forbearance. Is that the word? Is that a word? I think that is a word, but I don't know if it's the right word. Well, I hope you enjoy the stream in the meantime.
Alright, we do have one person. It looks like they don't want to, you know, they don't want to be with me, so they're going against me. Oh no, you see, they were scared, so they left the lobby. They know the fear of Hackster. We have a few people joining right now, so if you guys want to join, the key should still be ESL123, and it's a Canals team battle, so I feel like I'm going to see a lot of snipers here.
Yes. I mean, I think Canals, apart from, I think Canals and Overtime are the only maps that aren't part of the ESL competitive rotation. I don't know, because I haven't actually necessarily been around for that long. Was Canals ever played in ESL tournaments?
I don't think Canals was ever added before. I think it's just because the map is quite large. Even though the map is large, I feel like it has a few more strategies to it. Yes, you can try to get some close range gunfights because there are some like hallways you can really utilize, but there's also a lot of long range fights that do happen, and you do see a lot more camping than a lot of the other maps. Like even on streets, if you know the people who camp on the red side of the map, it's a lot more camping than that, because you would see people on complete opposite sides of the map, and it would take maybe a minute to get to the other side, and by that time you get over there, they're probably going to be running around themselves.
Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll see if that does bear out here. It's kind of one of those things that I mean, we've got we've got the Fun Zone, or Abandoned Site as is variously known around the place, as the new dual map that I think myself included is along with a lot of people who would like to see that become a team deathmatch map. But for now, let's see. Well, we'll start off with 6 players. Oh, I was going to start with 6 players, but I'm just scarpered away evidently looking to try and play with your emotions, Hacksaw, as much as possible.
Don't worry, man. You could start. I count as 2 players, so you know that this right now is a 3v3. However, I'm counting as 2, obviously.
Oh well, I mean, in that case, we'll see where Dimitri ends up landing. 4v3.
Oh.
Alright, I'll get it started before everyone starts leaving again. Haha! So you guys can come and join in this community game anytime. ESL 123 will still get you the lobby, and the global invite will still work once this is underway. So come and join us live on the canals.
Alright. Now I have to think, which weapon do I want to use on this? Because, like I said, there are a lot of sniper locations. However, there are also some nice close-range spots, like the hallways that you can use. So I'll have to look through my class setup right now, because I don't really remember exactly what I had. But we'll have to pick something good, at least for this map. I feel like I might have just found the perfect balance between both worlds, and I'll probably be using the support class. It has the suppressing fire. I think I have the new armor on this as well, and it also has a lot of range. So we'll see how this turns out right here. See if I can get some kills, but I cannot guarantee anything right now. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm feeling confident right now.
The reason why I keep trying to use Canals on the stream is because I just think it's a fun map. I kind of wish that maybe Game Off would go back to this one and just kind of like strip out some of the extraneous bits of the map to make it just a smaller map overall, and just focus the map down to just the best areas, and kind of, you know, maybe end up with something that could actually see play in ESL.
That guy takes a lot of bullets, but I was able to get the kill. I know there's a few more down here as well. But they all take quite a bit, so even with what I have on right now, it's still quite hard to kill them. That was an assist right there, but I'll take it for now. There's one more around the corner. Oh, there's a lot more than one. I don't want to be here. What is that?
That was terrifying. You walked into a room
this.
Full of enemies who are currently knifing your friend to death as you walked in. Oh boy.
Like, I saw one. I thought it was one because my friend died, and then someone activated their recon perk, which like scans the entire map, and it turns out to be like 4. Oh man, that's terrifying. Like, look, they're all here as well. I don't know if I really want to push here. I'm probably going to die. Please help me, trash can. Protect me from bullet. There's one. I wasn't able to get the second, but I was able to get one. So, you know, better than nothing. I don't know. My team, we probably should start spreading out, because they can quite easily pressure you on this spawn if you just stay still for too long.
DJ Leo, in answer to your question, and what's my favorite class? It's not so much my favorite class to play, but it's a class which I'd love to see make it into ESL, which is the Commander. I know it is a contentious class around a lot of people. As far as, you know, it's a class that's difficult to deal with, but I feel like it would give the game a lot more tactical variety, and that's what I am very much in favor of as a commentator.
I really wish they had the Commander in this, at least allowed in the tournaments. Just the fact that it's been around for so long, I feel like it's kind of like the Sapper, but I don't even think the Sapper was disallowed for this long when it was introduced. So I really hope they add that as well. Just because it might just change up how everyone plays. Because right now it's a lot of snipers, but just adding the shield to it could really change the flow.
I mean, yeah, it's possible. You might, you know, I have no idea if this is ever the intention, or, you know, when Game Loft will specifically go back to the Commander. But I wouldn't mind at all seeing, you know, something as part of the Commander class that was specifically, you know, to make it good against snipers, like a damage reduction that produces a lot of damage from a single hit, but not a lot of damage from multiple hits, or something like that. So it's specifically certain shields are good against certain classes, or just something like that to kind of just give a little bit more tactical variance to what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like maybe like just a larger shield that takes more bullets could be the case, but they would have to find some ways to actually balance that out. Just because they do have one shield that's kind of like that. It reflects bullets, but it still can die relatively quick.
Alright guys, well, we'll have to leave that one in your hands. Do let us know what you think about whether or not you'd like to see the Commander become a part of ESL competition, but we've got the next game coming up. Old Glory versus Rost Family Semi-Finals. Facebook giveaway is still live, you can see on stream. We'll be getting ready for this next game, so we'll be right back and catch you guys in just a few minutes. Alright guys, we're already heading into our first semi-final of the day. Old Glory returning again to our screens, this time going up against their country folk, the Ross family. There's actually 4 Japanese teams playing today, meaning they are the most represented country, with Iraq bringing out Rainbow and Isaacs, and only one team, Dramas, who we've seen knocked out already, and Good Game from the USA to fill out the remaining top 8.
Both teams are already at it, each getting 1 kill apiece, which is a lot sooner than we saw 1 kill in any of the previous games we witnessed with Old Glory. Frost family maybe pressuring it out. However, they are also kind of adopting the same tactic here, as we just see them trying to stay back, not wanting to be too aggressive, waiting the time out. However, Old Glory, we do have some people having some pretty creative angles, like Zen. However, it looks like Zen was forced out of the position he was in for just a moment.
Yeah, Old Glory do decide to accept the terms of engagement from Ross family, getting things mixed up in the close quarters. We get to see some of the adaptability at play here at Matsuan. Remember from seeing them from previous tournaments, getting the job done in close quarters and maintaining a clean sheet so far in an incredibly brutal first semi-final game.
Trying to push on one of the players, however, his teammate is there to back him up, and Matsun does get taken out. However, he was able to get that drone for a bit. Hopefully it was enough or long enough for his team to actually give him some information. And we do see Poons coming out with a nice double kill on Old Glory. This is starting to heat up a lot more as we see a lot more action happening inside of the building.
Wow, yeah, these guys not giving an inch, fighting inside and outside. These streets being filled up with red extremely quickly. Ross family are trying to cohere in the insides of the building, and it's going to be Old Glory stacking up outside, looking for the right moment to try and make their play inside. It could turn very messy very quickly.
Old Glory going to be just trying to hold back, trying to think of a way to actually get in here. We see some players trying to throw some grenades inside of that small little rotation hole, and they were able to get the kill, the trade kill, which was actually quite nice, the teamwork. They had both players throw grenades at similar times, making it really hard to escape that damage.
MIT getting excellent work done already, with a good quantity of the team's kills while keeping those deaths down real low. Able to sneak through a kill here, and we get to see some of the game knowledge which is being put to great use by the Ross families. The bullet penetration allows you to shoot through certain corners, particularly when you're taking cover behind something like a cardboard box.
We do see Ross family starting to actually pull ahead by a decent amount. The largest lead we have seen so far today. 5 kills, as we see Old Glory just trying to fight back. However, the small little lead they have could be enough to actually give them this first win. Ross family just going to be trying to hold on to the back portion of the map, making sure there's no recons up at the moment, so they won't get spotted, so they don't know, so they do know where the enemy team is.
So only a 3 kill advantage for Ross family, but with 3 minutes remaining, it could be enough. We see the stack up getting it ready right now as Helios is traded across, with Rai picking up a kill as well. Honestly, I'm so impressed by what we're seeing from both Japanese squads. It's very rare that you get to see this kind of level of tactical play. Both teams forming up as proper squads and attempting to execute those kind of tactics. Takes an enormous amount of organization, but Old Glory do come out the better for it.
Yeah, just the fact that they are staying organized, the fact that they're not really just kind of staggering in and just giving free kills to the enemy team is one of the reasons why these games go seemingly so much slower than our weekly cups. As you see here, just a lot more strategy involved, a lot more just play involved, and both teams are really showing their skills today, especially how close these scores are. These are 2 extremely good teams. They've gotten their ways into this finals, and they're still competing on this level.
2 minutes left to play, only 2 kills separating the teams. Ross family falling ever so slightly behind Old Glory, but given how brutal and deadly these team fights are becoming, it could easily turn the other way if a moment's inattention is pounced upon by the Ross family.
Old Glory can be trying to hold them back for the remaining minute 30 of the match. It could be quite difficult to do, as we do see them pushing from multiple sides. Poon is able to get the kill and push in, get a nice double kill before he is taken out. However, that does open the gap for his team. Push in, try to clear out that area. Now with only a 1-point difference, this is still anyone's game.
Right, able to get the snap far off and secure the double kill through there. This could be the exchange that pushes Old Glory over the edge towards that first semi-final game win. Zen in the right place at the right time. Old Glory able to work around the formations of the Ross family for the moment. Last second attempt at MIT leading the charge into Old Glory's lines, but it's too late. And Old Glory secure that first point for themselves.
Quite an impressive play, especially since I thought at first, with the way they were playing a bit more slowly, that we would hit the time limit first. However, they were able to actually get a lot of trades off. They were able to actually keep the action consistent enough that they were able to hit that score limit. And they were both very close to that score limit. It wasn't that one team had a huge lead over the other. It was that one team was able to hit it, the other was maybe 3 points behind.
Yeah, I mean, you just compare the top players there. MIT for the Ross family, ending out 16-12, but crucially, Rai, the top performer for Old Glory, 17-8. Just that difference alone between kills and deaths could account for that victory for Old Glory. But hey, we've got at least one more game between these two teams, so we'll be heading to break. The Facebook giveaway will stay in progress. Facebook.com/ModernCombat. Find the current video and put in #semi to enter. We will be drawing that giveaway when this series is over. So get them in while you can, and we'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Ross family take on Old Glory at least one more time in our semi-finals. The chance at the €500 prize pool at stake in this best of three.
Ross family needs to win this match or they would be getting knocked out by Old Glory. Old Glory, pretty dominant from the month of April. Is quite impressive plays they had so far, and they have some challenges now. However, will they still come out on the top?
Early exchange gives Old Glory the small advantage. Of course, Scramble, certainly a map where a little bit of sniping creativity will pay dividends. We can already see the Old Glory members looking to try and catch the Ross family off guard, and that's exactly what will happen, awarding them with another kill.
Already seeing that many kills go to Old Glory. Old Glory really knows how to hold on to a lead when they have one. They won't unnecessarily peek out unless they think and hopefully know they could actually win these challenges. We do see, however, some of the Ross family players are actually going for a kind of sneaky beaky flank inside of the bunker.
Let's see if we can catch up with them. Let's see, we've definitely got MIT going for a flankaroonie around. I think perhaps going to take the big risk here to break up Old Glory's line. If Ross family are coordinated enough, MIT could hit the back line, making Old Glory turn around while the rest of the Ross family go in. But it's going to require a lot of timing. Let's see how well it does work out. MIT coming in from the back. They do manage to land the kill onto Helios. Going to try and turn it into a second, and they will. Rusey goes down and Ross family are back even. Unfortunately for MIT, the defense is swift, but it does get Ross family near to where they need to be.
I did like how that was executed with MIT just pushing in. He was able to at least distract the team. However, it looks like they were able to realize what was happening, and they were able to focus on the other Ross family members who were trying to push from the sides and secure those kills. Old Glory just having this kind of game sense is very, very crucial to holding on to their championship lead.
A lot of, as we mentioned before, the bullet penetration going to come into big effect here, because as you can see, and what Poons is trying to scout out at the moment, is a lot of the cover people are using is really much more visual cover than anything else, but not actually going to do too much to stop a bullet if somebody knows exactly where to fire.
Yeah, we do see some pretty impressive plays coming out from both sides. Some a bit more aggressive plays as well, as we have Lime trying to get up close and personal with a lot of these teams. He is able to get a kill, but as soon as he's able to get that kill, just a huge trade back from Old Glory against Ross.
The Ross family are starting to lose their grip on this second semi-final game. It's not looking good for their chances. We'll see if they can somehow salvage things, but right now, it's looking pretty dire for them.
Old Glory losing some players, however, just a massive score difference between the two teams. Just Old Glory has such a huge advantage right now. It would be quite a feat for Ross to actually come back.
It's actually Arubaru stepping up in this game. Last time around it was Rai with the big numbers. This time, Arubaru exactly in the right place at the right time and demonstrating it right there. It's taking out Matsudon, who are attempting to make the flank round. Ross family have been pretty ambitious with their tactical moves in this game, and while it feels like it could have paid off big time, instead, Old Glory have been able to counter them at nearly every turn.
Yeah, the Old Glory, they just have their own strats. If someone is able to push up, they use that moment to actually push the enemy team themselves and secure some kills. Just holding such a massive lead so far against Ross family, it's quite astounding, especially since the first game was so close.
Yeah, not at all what we expected, but I mean, this is what you get from being at the Old Glory. You've been around the block a few times. You know how to go through the long term. Well, while Arubaru might fall down there, it's going to take a hell of a performance from Ross family to get their way back into the semi.
They are able to wipe out almost the entire team for just a brief moment. However, the thing is they would have to do that few more times if they want any chance of actually winning. Mitt can be trying to take some pixel angles on some of the other players, and he is able to get a nice double kill, helping out that score just a bit. However, still 12-point difference right now.
Arubaru able to avenge their comrades and accelerate matters. The 50 kill limit beckoning for Old Glory right now, as Ross family do everything they can. Of course, nothing more to lose in this game apart from the game itself. Ross family, if they've got anything in the tank, they've got to bring it out right here if they want to stand any chance of seeing the finals of the finals for themselves.
We do have the final few kill streaks getting brought out by Old Glory, just trying to finish up Ross family, maybe with some explosives. That bomber could be enough to actually take down the final few players, and it looks like that might have been it. The bomber taking that final kill, giving Old Glory the full 50 points to secure their second win.
Very nicely done, and by a larger margin than last time round, a full 20 ahead. Looking extremely strong. Rai and Arubaru, and honestly Helios as well, all looking fantastic. So we know who's going to be the first member of our grand finals today, Old Glory. We will check in with Soldier Girl, who's adminning us today, to see if we can bring you any more matches come up in a second. But for now, we'll head to break and we'll update you guys as soon as we've got some more information. Alright guys, the teams are currently playing games at the moment, so we won't be able to join them, but what we can do is let you guys play in a free-for-all against the king of free-for-alls, Hacksaw himself, who I'm trying to hype up. Irregular player, why do you have a box of corn? Well, that's probably the oddest question I've been asked today. Hacksaw, what do you think?
Box of corn?
Mm-hmm.
Because all the corny jokes we make.
Ooh, I like it. I can tell you've done this before.
Haha, I have.
Alright guys, so global chat or the passkey, as always. Your key to fame and fortune. And if you get to kill Hacksaw, then you get to take, I don't know. I don't know if there's some sort of no prize.
You probably just screenshot it and just say, I beat Hacksaw. And feel like you're one of the best players ever, probably.
I love the sheer amount of bitterness in that. It's like, yeah, come on, take a picture. It'll last longer.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
But yeah, if you guys want to join, ESL123 is the key. Free-for-all museum. I'll have some time to do some pretty interesting stuff. I'll probably try to use the recon since I was using the support all the last game. But it's all up to you guys. Will you join?
Dulzy from the Montrax crew. Hacksaw, you're in some pretty intense company in this game. What on earth are you guys talking about in the YouTube chat? Overclocking your iPad Pro? What? You use nitrogen? That sounds even less sensible than Hacksaw's ice cube plan.
I wish overclocking actually was a thing, but I feel like it would cause a lot of fires, sadly.
One fire would be okay. A lot of fires, probably not.
Probably not. I know there used to be like throwback to like iPhone 4 jailbreak kind of time, but there actually was a few tweaks that would let you. It wasn't really an overclock, but more so it let your phone run at max speed 24/7. But it also did kill your battery, so yeah, that's the downside.
I think that actually might be Soldier Girl. Certainly, if it's someone doing an impersonation, they've gone to the trouble of getting the same color icon that Soldier Girl usually works with, so we'll see if Soldier Girl is going to be joining in with us today or just spectating along with the good times.
Probably just spectating for now. Looks like it.
Oh, Thanos.
Got a lot of people joining. It's gonna snap, and we're gonna disappear.
Oh boy. Well, we'll see if Thanos is gonna join up. Because yeah, Axel. Oh boy, they're not envying you. We're seeing quite a lot of high tier players in this game. Of course, none as high tier as you, of course.
Easy, you know, of course, always easy. We got a lot of people joining us right now. Make sure you do pick your slots. There we go, 9 out of 12. Pretty good amount of players.
Yes, I think I'll throw out one more invite, and then we'll get started. As always, you can still use the passkey once the game has started, but you can also use the global chat invites until we get up to 12, in which case those both will stop working. So get in while you can, and see if you can make your name by taking down Hacksaw and then treating his corpse with respect.
Alright, yes, don't teabag. It's not cool, bro. You know, I wouldn't teabag you unless you teabag me. So, if you do, you know what's gonna happen.
Oh boy, here you go, high stakes competition. So, Soldier Girl watching along with us today to spot out the best up and coming Modern Combat 5 talent. This is the Crucible, where heroes are forged and bad manners are delivered to famous streamers.
Alright, well, I do know there's a person with a sniper there. There's also someone behind me, but I was taken out by Thanos. Pretty good double kill by him right there. However, I almost got him down, so I could do it again. possible if I spot him.
While this is going on, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw our Facebook giveaway winners. So I'll just let that run for the moment. So we've got 2 giveaway winners on each platform. So but our Facebook winners are...
Oof. I was expecting Thanos to push me. The secret to this gun is either you don't use it or you just wait for them to push you, because the fire rate for the first few seconds is just it's immense. However, it falls off extremely quick once you actually start firing the mag. I feel like it's maybe the first 5 to 7 bullets are extremely fast, but after that, this gun really does fall hard. I really wish it was a bit different. However, that's how they decided to configure it. It was actually quite fun at first. It used to be like 3-shot kill, and it was quite interesting to see how it was when it was like that. But now you see 3 shots only brings people down to 62%. So I don't even know how many shots I hit right there. I did see a hit marker, so I do know I am hitting some dudes.
So I have to admit I might need some more information about this particular gun, because I don't think I've ever seen people using it in ESL. So what's the deal here? So this is a gun that reduces fire rate as it fires?
Yes. It's if you remember that weird gun from Call of Duty that had like faster fire rate the longer it fired or something, it's kind of like that, but yeah, it has very, very fast fire rate at first. If I start firing right now, it's extremely fast, but then it gets very, very slow as I just hold down the fire button. It has a very big mag, so it's really good in that regard as well. But the bullets are quite inconsistent, especially when the fire rate gets lower. And it's not something like the accuracy gets better when the fire rate's lower. The accuracy stays the same as when it's super fast. So if you miss the first few bullets, you would want to usually reload as soon as possible. Just so you can get that max DPS down on enemy players.
Ah, that's really interesting. It feels that there are a lot of interestingly designed guns in Modern Combat 5 that just don't really get to see play, because they're not, as raw powerful as other ones might be.
It's not that, it's the fact that they have like a power to them. They are somewhat balanced. However, the fact that the armor is there really does change it up, because armor really can throw the balance of a weapon. For example, this weapon doesn't have that much armor penetration compared to some others, like the tier 7 and like the firecracker, that kind of stuff. So it doesn't do as much damage. Also, it is lacking in range as well. So yeah, there's a guy. Oh, I wasn't trying to throw a nade there, but yeah, let's say there's someone really far away. I got a kill with that nade somehow, but I wasn't trying to throw that. I'll take it.
Oh man, that was definitely a cool guys don't look at explosions moment.
I'll take it. Or also having aim is also very important for this. So if you don't have aim, it sometimes doesn't work out as you'd want it to.
Well, you're not doing too badly in a 9-person free-for-all. Smack dab in the center with position 5. Let's see, how are some other players going? So Perry, 17 and 8 so far. Arcade and Torture sharing the number 2 spot. Maybe we might see a Hacksaw catch up if he can use the hidden strength of this weapon and its diminishing returns.
It's very diminishing indeed. I was able to take out Thanos there when he was trying to no-scope me, so at least I was able to get that one. Is this Thanos again? I guess Thanos had his revenge on me, and I vanished. Whoop. Alright, I'm gonna try to get some more kills here. You do see there's just the feed is full of snipers, so it's quite an interesting roundup right here. This guy knows I'm under him because he saw me through the glass portion. And there's this guy. Let's try to get him. There we go. Fast headshot. Let's go for a second fast headshot before this mag runs out. Let's not actually do that. I got sniped by someone else, though. It wasn't the guy who was right in front of me. I got sniped by Thanos again.
So, is this gun, is it clip dependent on how the damage drops off in terms of you have to reload? Or is it just that it has a lot of damage to start with and it recovers that after a few seconds or something like that?
No, so it's clip dependent. So if you don't reload, this gun is going to be a potato. So I have to actually reload to make it any bit useful. Why am I trying to use an SMG against a sniper? I don't know.
Oof.
But I guess snipers can use snipers against SMGs because it doesn't work both ways, apparently.
Well,
Snipers are the ultimate weapon, the super
so if
weapon.
we're going to open up our design class, which is always my favourite part of the stream. So, the design problem we've got here is that snipers are pretty much the go-to weapon for everybody in terms of they are useful for most things, and there isn't really a bad situation for them. So the question then becomes, what do you do to make sniper rifles act like sniper rifles? In terms of effectiveness at range, but not, you know, they're not assault rifles.
I would try to make the accuracy more like kind of Call of Duty accuracy. So like in COD, yeah, you have sniper rifles. Yeah, they're strong, they're one shot. However, you don't see people really winning too many fights in close range unless they're like quick scoping. And that's because the accuracy, especially especially when they're running around, it's really bad. It's not something you would want to run around no scoping with. But in this game, it's the complete opposite. You see a lot of players actually just running around, just using no scopes as a primary way of actually getting the damage done with these snipers.
So is it a case of that you would need more bullet scatter on an unscoped, on the unscoped sniper rifles to kind of get that kind of effect?
Yeah, I feel like you would need a lot more just spread on the snipers, because right now it's extremely accurate. Yeah, you could put a suppressor on and get even more accuracy as well, with only reducing some damages, some range, which doesn't really matter unless you're trying to like hit someone across the map. Okay. So yeah, if they had a lot less accuracy, just like maybe taking up the entire screen in terms of crosshair size, yeah, it would seem ridiculous in terms of no scoping people, but like I feel like it would balance it a lot more since you shouldn't really be no scoping people with a sniper rifle. At least that's how I feel with it.
Oh, I kind of feel like we're on the same sort of page there. Thank you, Husnain, whose name I'm gonna just leave there because I'm not sure I can say any more of it without messing up too badly, for your response on Facebook, iOS as well. Waiting on Raouf Royale as our other Facebook winner, but we will be moving on to Mob Crush for our third giveaway of the day. We're just waiting for our other semi-finals to catch up with us. So we'll pop ourselves to a small break at the moment, but when we come back, hopefully we'll have more Tournament Modern Combat 5, but if not, we'll be back with more custom games. See you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, welcome back for our second semi-final. Resident Evil, our number 6 seed, taking on Izox Esports from Iraq, our number 2.
Both teams are already rushing in, at least trying to find a position to rush into. We see Resident Evil taking a slightly different approach than usual. Instead of actually just rushing into the center right away, they're actually trying to go for controlling the middle portion of the map near the market, which is quite a bit different than anything we've really seen before.
Yes, it's certainly a novel approach. We'll see if it pans out. Certainly picking up that first kill, as is done there by Trinity, with a big difference maker. But with the first minute elapsing with only one kill in the bank, things could be set to change swiftly, especially depending on how this flank works out. Amatis does manage to dispatch their opponent, and Resident Evil have got a line through to the back of the map and potential flanks.
I like how they actually were able to actually work together right there. We had Adam was getting pushed, and his teammate was able to support him with the sniper from the back of the market. So maybe that is a strategy they're really trying to go for, just being in a place that's pretty unexpected, and it did work out for a brief moment. We do see Resident Evil also picking up a few more kills as iZone gets a lot more aggressive, pushing in right here. They are able to hold onto this lead right here. He is able to get that knife kill, but will he be able to get out?
Seems like the answer will be shortly available, as Toshka able to get one back, but Resident Evil, certainly the underdogs in this particular engagement, are ahead for the moment. How long that will last is anyone's guess, but it could be getting it pretty messed up pretty soon, especially in these close quarters.
iZone trying to rush up. We finally do see some action happening right here as Mutani is able to get a nice double kill with the BSW. Resident Evil just trying to run away, trying to hold their positions, but just keep on getting picked off one by one. And that lead that we saw Resident Evil have just slowly gets whittled away and gets turned into iZone's big lead.
Yeah, Izox showing why they came into this one as a number 2 seed, an extremely experienced team who've battled against the very top MC5 teams themselves time and time again. Resident Evil still were looking pretty good, but when it comes to this knockdown, drag out style of fighting in close quarters, things can change so quickly.
Yeah, especially with the way that they're playing. Mutani just going hard right here. 10-3 so far. Just an astounding score coming out from a team in our player in the semifinals. Just continuing on, just getting kills after kills, and finally gets shut down by Shimu.
Old Glory, of course, awaiting whoever wins out in this series in our grand finals, still to come. Mob Crush giveaway is in progress at the moment. Hashtag semi. While these two guys get laid into each other, Resident Evil do pick up a bunch of kills on the back end of that, looking to try and slow Izox's momentum, but it's looking like it might be too difficult to stop.
Yeah, just iZone was able to get quite a big advantage earlier on in this game. Yes, it's still possible for them to come back, especially if they keep up the momentum they have right now. The question is, will they be able to keep up this momentum? Especially once we see all these players from iZone group up once again. See iZone just starting to pick up kills one more time. Shimu just pushing into a very risky location, and he does get taken out.
Let's take a look at those numbers. Mutanti and Trinity both doing it very well, but Mutanti with the highest scores so far in the game, managing to get 3 times as many kills as deaths. Pretty darn impressive, especially when it comes to such a bloody fight as it has been on these streets. Shoshka able to lead the charge, and the Iraqi team Izox look close to putting this first game to bed.
We do see Resident Evil still just trying to fight back, still just trying to secure kills. However, iZone only needs 2 more to finish up this match, and with how aggressive they've been earlier, I think they're probably going to be able to get this in the next few moments of the game. Sheikah spotting one, trying to go in for that final hard scope kill, and that was a small bit of delay before it actually registered. But we do have our full 50 kills for iZone Esports.
Well, very impressive stuff. Mutanti ending that one out with 17 kills and only 8 deaths. Still, Shimu doing well to pick up those 12 and 7, but it is a 15 kill deficit the Resident Evil have to deal with for our second semi-final game. So please do stay tuned. Our Mob Crush giveaway will be over when this series is done. If we see more from iZox like we did in the first game, that could well be in the next game. So get your entries in while you can, and we'll be back soon. Bienvenido a todos. Welcome back, everyone. We are heading into our second semi-final game between Resident Evil and iZox Esports. Resident Evil losing out by a full 15 kills to iZox in the first round. Hacksaw, do you think they can bring back this semi?
Well, starting off from what we see so far, iZox is able to get that first 2 kills to actually start off this game. So it's not looking so good starting off. However, I feel like they could do it, especially since we are on a different map now. It is on Scramble. It's not as clustered as Streets. So it's really up to their gameplay.
Trinity has been doing pretty darn well so far. Wait a sec, let me just get the right icon. This one? Nope, not that one. Not that one. There we go, right in the middle. 3-1 as befits their name. Of course, the snipers having a field day on Scramble with so much open space, as Mutanti, our MVP for iZox last time round, also stepping up to the plate and knocking some Resident Evil heads astray.
I like how they have themselves positioned right now from iZone. They have it so they keep on, so all the players from Resident Evil keep on spawning near that bunker, so they don't really have any other spawns in the back. They do start pushing in, they start being a bit more aggressive right now. However, the way that they have their players set up, it makes it extremely hard for Resident Evil to actually have a spawn that's far away in maybe one of the bunkers or inside of the office.
Trinity is operating a slaughterhouse in the supply hangar, just tearing through every member of Resident Evil that prepares or proposes to engage. Finally able to be taken down by iZox with a substantial lead, even before the 2-minute mark, ahead by 8. Resident Evil pushed back into a corner here, and it doesn't look like any time will be wasted, any opportunity thrown aside as iZox move in once more.
Resident Evil trying to push up, trying to get some kills. We do see some freezes right there. However, they are able to pull through that. Resident Evil taking out a few more. iZox having to back up, waiting for reinforcement.
Up team? Or up P has been doing relatively well so far, but let's see. So it's Vold getting most of the kills, though hasn't been able to keep the deaths down so far. At least managing to get something on the scoreboard for Resident Evil as they fall down once more. Mutanti and the rest of the squad moving in just as we saw in the previous games. A team that operates as a tightly knit unit, seemingly pretty effective. Not something I really recall seeing up until this point, but we do see the downsides, which is you can live together but also die together.
Owen with that nice triple kill, quite an impressive play, was able to stop iZox from doing any extra damage right there. But we do see him get taken out, and that does open up the flank for the rest of the team. He does actually also get a flip spawn as well. So the fact that iZox is pushing so aggressively could also help Resident Evil just a bit.
Vold's going to come in from the side, trying to catch the members of iZox spawning into the map. Can't quite finish the job, going to tag it out to a team partner and move on to a slightly squishier target, and it does work out. Resident Evil able to string out iZox, take advantage of the spawns, and get themselves even a couple of inches closer to equalizing, but it's still a very long journey to get there.
iZox still just trying to pick off some kills. Mutanti is able to get that one on a player in the building and use that opportunity to actually push in. His team able to wipe out practically everyone inside of the building, giving them quite a significant lead, 42-28, only needing 8 more kills to actually finish up this game.
This would secure iZox's place in our grand finals against Old Glory. Vold looking for that glory, not to be found on this battlefield unless Resident Evil can pull off some kind of miracle here. They're going to need an umbrella because it's raining bullets from iZox. Still, I say all this, and Resident Evil do pick up a bunch of kills for themselves.
I think it might be that since they are so close to victory, iZox might just be slipping up a bit. And that is one of the reasons why we see them starting to catch back. Resident Evil just pulling it back 44-45. What a close score when just moments ago it seemed impossible for them to come back. Just a huge slip up by Izo was enough for them to actually pull this close to the other team.
This is incredible performance from Resident Evil. The Japanese squad so close to a comeback, they can taste it. But all Izoks need to do is have the smallest of advantages, and that's what they've got right now. Mutanti does get one. Hajam another. One more shot, one more kill will put Izoks over the edge. And despite Resident Evil's best efforts, they will not see another game.
They did extremely well near the end of the match. It was quite impressive to see how well they were able to coordinate in the final few moments when Izo wasn't coordinating at all. And I feel like maybe we saw this a bit earlier. It could have helped out in their favor with the first match.
Another game, another 17 kills from Mutanti. Very impressive stuff. So now we know our full finalists. We will be drawing our Mob Crush giveaway winners. So hold on for just a second while I figure out who those are. Our Mob Crush winners are... Let's see. And... So if you guys, when I announce in a second, could post your dog tags and platforms into the chat, then we'll get you marked down for those 400 credits. For now though, we have a final to prepare for, so we'll catch you guys in just a little bit with more Modern Combat 5 action. Welcome one and all. Our grand finals begins here. Old Glory from Japan against iZox Esports from Iraq. One will stand, one will fall. Who's it going to be, Hacksaw?
Well, I can't say that off the bat. However, we have seen some pretty impressive gameplay from both of these teams. Both of these teams also have some quite star players as well. However, it looks like Old Glory is going to be kicking it off with the first few kills of the game, taking the lead right away, 3-1.
Let's see where those kills have landed. Helios, Ruse, and Aruburu, all consistent performers for the Old Glory side. We tend to see one of the Old Glory team pop off in any given game, I think, due to map preference. We'll see who it's going to be this time round. Certainly Helios picking up a good cavalcade of kills early on, And Isoke's barely even getting out of the gate.
It looks like they're going around as like an assassination squad. Just these three very, very potent players from Old Glory's side. Two of them do get taken out, but there is still one left alive. Looks like Rai doesn't want to deal with that, decides to back off. Trinity is getting there a bit too late, and it was not able to catch him off guard.
So the player we're looking for in this game is going to be Mutanti, able to score 17 kills in their preceding 2 games. That's 17 kills each of those 2 games. Can they go off when it matters the most with 100 euros on... sorry, no, I misspeak. 350 euros for the first place team, or 150 for the second, so that's a 500 euro prize pool at stake, just depending on this best of 5 series.
Yeah, well, iZone, they haven't really been able to get used to a team like this. iZone's a bit more aggressive most of the time, deciding to just rush in and get these kills. But now that they're facing a team like Old Glory, who is a lot more about that defensive play, more about strategizing and just holding back, it's really just a change in flow. And maybe they were even like trying to look out and scope out and see how Old Glory played. And Old Glory was able to just change up their playstyle from the beginning of the match.
Certainly Old Glory have had a chance to rest because of how swiftly they dispatched their opposition on the way to the finals. Yes, they've had the chance to rest, they've had the chance to observe Izokes in their natural habitat of the semi-finals. Yes, I think Old Glory seizing the opportunity to come out the gate swinging and get themselves a 13 kill advantage, doubling out on the Iraqi team's score early on.
They are able to get some kills in return. However, Old Glory is just still too strong and too far ahead at the moment. The way that they have themselves positioned, Old Glory just is able to do such a huge amount of damage to these Izokes players. The fact that they're inside of the spawn, the fact that they're able to keep them on this side of the map, makes it a lot easier for Old Glory to actually build up those kill streaks, build up those recons, and just really, really keep the pressure on.
It's looking pretty dire for Izokes' chances, but we've learned not to count them out. Helios is going to try and do the honors for us. Going off pretty big, not able to quite get the reset there, so will finally fall down, but not before accumulating a heck of a lot of kills. Rusei, the Cobra of Old Glory, able to accrue a pretty impressive scoreline for themselves. Of course, will die upon inspection, but still 10-6. The best individual performance so far. Interestingly enough to have it be on the heavy rather than the snipers we normally see be so dominant.
And well, the fact that the heavy has so much close range area to work with, it could be one of the reasons why he has so many more points than the rest. And the fact that you still see Izoke just constantly pushing this area to try to get them out makes it extremely easy for him to actually get these heavy kills. He does run out of ammo right there. He was just trying to go for a final knife kill, but it looks like the final kill does go to Old Glory, and Izoke was taken out.
Alright, Helios on fire, that red nose heating things up with a substantial win. 50-25 is honestly pretty crushing for a finals game. Both of these teams with a huge journey to get here. But we've got at least 2 more games coming if Old Glory continue to perform like they have right here. For now though, guys, stay tuned and we'll be back soon. Welcome back to our grand finals once more. Old Glory versus iZox Esports, the Japanese squad. Old Glory doing exceptionally in the first round of competition, doubling iZox Esports' score by the end, ending at 50-25, and already are trying to replicate that. That might not be going as well as they would hope, though.
Yeah, we do see iZox able to actually pull off the lead right away. We had a player from Old Glory actually disconnect early on in the match. However, they were able to join back. However, now that that player has joined back, Old Glory has put the pressure on, taking back the lead from iZox.
Last time round, it was Helios and Ryusuke who were the top bananas for the side of Old Glory. Ryusuke is certainly turning up in this one, as is Aruburu, as always. It's still actually dead even, though. I'm certainly liking iZox's chances if they keep up this kind of pace.
One of the reasons why it could be so even is the fact that we see them on a more kind of a diverse map. Yes, there are a lot of long-range locations. However, there is a lot more cover to deal with, especially with the amount of snipers we are seeing. That cover is well needed. We see iZox just using the cover, getting a kill, backing off. Quite a good strategy, especially in a situation like this. However, we do see some changes coming out from both sides. Some heavies getting pulled out, which could change the flow of gameplay.
Yeah, well, it's working out more back into Old Glory's favour once again. The first game in hand puts them in a very strong position to keep on pressuring the team from Iraq, who are dropping kill after kill and barely getting one for themselves.
Helios picking up a nice quick scope right there, getting his turret as well. He knows there's one more around this corner. Gonna be trying to quick peek it to bait out the shot, and he rushes in for the knife against Hajam, getting that nice kill. Only one more needed for that EMP strike, which could be pretty devastating for iZox. We saw how close it was at the beginning of the match, but Old Glory was able to just keep the pressure on and bring it so that they are now about 21 points ahead.
Oh boy, it is not looking good for iZox. Very little wasted movement, wasted moments. Already, Old Glory past the halfway mark kill-wise. iZox, I honestly don't even know how they begin to come back into this game. The confidence of the Japanese team pretty overwhelming at this point, as they slip and slide their way towards what could easily be a crushing victory.
Old Glory just continuously just pushing in, continuously placing down these turrets everywhere to catch people off guard as well. The fact that we see iZox just so separated, the fact that there's not really a single group of them together, makes it a lot easier for Old Glory to rush in as these full groups and just take out those players. Only needing 6 more kills to actually finish up this game. It is not looking good for iZox, and it looks like it will be heading to our next map very soon.
Yes, extremely soon. iZox's not even going to make it as far as last time round, 50-19. It's actually getting worse for them, if anything. One last chance for redemption for iZox is on the cards. But for now, we'll be headed to break. Our YouTube giveaway is live. #finals into the YouTube comments. If you want to enter for your chance of 400 credits, this will be our last giveaway of the day. And when this series is over, so is that giveaway. Get your entries in while you can, and we will be right back. Volveremos enseguida. Welcome back, guys. This could be our last game of the whole weekend. iZox Esports take on Old Glory. Iraq versus Japan, and it's been all Japan so far. The museum, the last chance for iZox to get a hold of that €350 grand prize, but so far we've yet to see signs of that possibility.
I just noticed something quite interesting from the iZox players. At least two of them have just tier 1 weapons and tier 1 armor. I think it's number 2 and 3. They're using the compact 665 with looks like no attachments or anything else. And then you have another one using the number 2 using the Jolt SMG, which is quite an interesting combo, especially if you want to put your best foot forward for what could be a final match.
I think perhaps iZox might well have given up on the possibilities of winning out here and are now just playing directly for the memes. And honestly, I can't really blame them. Old Glory have been incredibly dominant up until this point. We'll see if perhaps this most out there strategy could award them more than, say, 3 or 4 kills during the duration. This certainly Old Glory are showing no mercy in the face of the memes.
I think they're trying to pull a Haxer strategy right here. If I was in a situation like this, I'd be like, you see, I wasn't trying at all, so that's why you won. I feel like that's what they're trying to pull. Since, as you already see, Old Glory has 10 times the points of iZox. Already 3-30. And it's, what, been 2 minutes into the match? Could this be the fastest final we ever had?
I think it's certainly looking that way. Hashtag finals into the YouTube comments if you want to enter, because I think this is about to be all over, but for the screaming. iZox decide to go all in on their tier 1 weapon, amazing double banana strategy. Unfortunately, doesn't seem to be paying off in quite the capacity they might have hoped for.
Still about a massive lead between the two scores. You just still see the kill streaks coming in from Old Glory as well. 5-44, very close to being 5-45. Old Glory has got this in the bag. I really don't see any way of iZox coming back from this right here. especially with how they started.
Mutanti, previously one of the best performing players on iZox, now gonna be in the dumpster. Old Glory take the 3-0 sweep. Very nicely done by them, and congratulations. They will become our champions of the day. And honestly, it was pretty much on the cards from even the first game's performance.
I don't have words for that right there. That was just quite an interesting way to finish off the finals. Maybe they just decided we aren't really doing too good at the end. Maybe we'll just have some fun. We still are getting that second place spot. We are still getting that camo and some prize money. So let's just enjoy ourselves for the remaining portion of the tournament.
Oh boy. Well, yes, I think they certainly gave us a fairly unique end to the tournament. But once more, congratulations to Old Glory, who are our champeroos, and will walk away from the April finals with €350. iZox will have to content themselves with a mere 150 to their name. But Hacksaw, we've got some credits to deliver to a lucky YouTube winner. Would you please do the honors?
Alright, if you've been nice to Nightbot, Nightbot might be nice to you. And it looks like the person that was the nicest to Nightbot today is Alberto Simon. So congratulations, Alberto. It's maybe Simon, I guess you can pronounce it that way as well. But all you have to do is post your dog tag and platform into the chat.
Alright guys, so a crushing victory and a return to form for Old Glory. Still, iZox, last game aside, did put up a pretty solid showing. But that will be it for us this evening. Erebita, Simon? We're going to say it name different every single time, aren't we? If you could post your dog tag and your platform into the chat. If we don't hear from you in a couple of minutes, we'll do a redraw till we find someone who is still around. Hopefully Erebita is. But for now, I've been Peter Canopit Hartnell, joined by the ever wonderful Hacksaw, and of course, adminned more than capably by the wonderful Soldier Girl. For now, thank you guys for watching. We will be back next week with more Modern Combat 5 action. But from me, it's goodbye, and from Hacksaw, it's...
goodbye as well, and hopefully we will see you next time. Peace.